She was the daughter of a criminal. But then she succeeded in becoming the Queen of Qatar. She made a fortune and became the richest person in the world. She is the Empress of Qatar, Her Highness Sheikha Moza. Although she holds the financial power in Qatar, the people are more interested in her amazing series of legends. She went from being the daughter of a prisoner to becoming a princess, and then to becoming the Queen Mother. Moza's extraordinary rise to the throne has been a miracle. Today we're going to learn about the legend of Moza. So what's the story of this incredible woman? How did she overcome all the obstacles on her way to become princess and then a Queen Mother? Watch the full video to find out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified as I upload a new video. Let's go on. For the people of Qatar, 1971 was a year to be remembered and celebrated because it was the year they finally ended British colonial rule and restored their national sovereignty and independence. But for Moza, it was an unfortunate year. Qatar had just been granted independence and had discovered large quantities of oil and gas. So Khalifa, the tribal chief of Qatar at the time, staged a coup for personal gain. He seized power from his cousin. He eventually became the supreme leader of Qatar. Khalifa, who had just taken office, wanted exclusive access to the oil and gas resources. This led to resentment from other tribal leaders. Moza's father was one of them. He had repeatedly told Khalifa that the oil and gas should belong to the state. So Khalifa got angry and put him in jail. Khalifa exiled his wife and daughter to Kuwait, so Moza's father became a prisoner. From then on, Moza started her life with a reputation of being the daughter of a prisoner. But Khalifa never imagined the girl he exiled to Kuwait would later become his daughter-in-law and single-handedly overthrow his rule. Although her father was imprisoned, but her family gave Moza the best cultural upbringing. Moza, who had the reputation of being the daughter of a prisoner, went on to attempt Qatar University. At this time, she was not only a good student, but also a beautiful one. During her time at the university, she quickly became the talk of the town with her eloquence. It was at this time that she met Khalifa's son, Crown Prince Hamad. Fate is a wonderful thing. The two met when they had never met before. Hamad, who was already a crown prince, was visiting Qatar University on official business. When he first entered the university, he saw Moza in the crowd. Hamad was attracted by her glowing appearance. He fell in love with her at first sight and decided to take her into his court. Having been educated in the West since childhood, Hamad was not a playboy. He is a military general who is committed to reform. The intelligent Moza also admires Hamad's talent. She also had the same conviction to change the country. So she sees him as her partner to fight alongside, and once she marries into the royal family, her father might be saved. So when Hamad made a strong bid for Moza, she didn't hesitate to say yes, even though she already knew that Hamad had an official crown princess. But here's the thing, Hamad's father is the same Khalifa who put Moza's father in prison. Will he accept Moza's marriage to his own son? Hamad's move to marry her was met with strong opposition from Khalifa, as we can imagine. How could Khalifa allow the daughter of his enemy to be his daughter-in-law? But Hamad's will to marry Moza was so strong, he even broke up with his father. Perhaps Khalifa favored his son too much. He made concessions, but he also made a condition. He asked that Moza's relatives not be present at the wedding, and that the crown prince's wife would escort her to the wedding instead of her mother. It was under these cruel conditions that she married the son of her father's enemy and opened the door to the Qatari royal family. After marrying Hamad, Moza was doted on by her husband. This also made Hamad's legal wife very angry, so she used her birth to mock Moza. She said that a pearl cannot be produced from a coarse grain of sand. Moza was not defeated by her harsh words. She retaliated beautifully by saying that the vultures of the steppe do not know how to appreciate pearls. I will prove to you that the palace is the best place for me to stay. Years later, she justified her response with her cleverness. She was not a poor second wife. She was a real queen. The reason why Khalifa ruled the entire Qatari royal family at that time because his family had a monopoly on all oil and gas resources, especially within the wealthy Middle Eastern royal families of the time. Wealth was a very important bargaining chip. The clever Moza decided to start with the economic sphere to take away Khalifa's wealth and dismantle his power. But she is indeed an economically minded and discerning woman. The pearl industry is an important industry in Qatar. During the bead harvesting season, producers would go around collecting pearls with large grains in good color. So Moza, with her business acumen, quickly saw the opportunity. But she did it differently than others. She felt that people were looking for good quality pearls, and those with low quality pearls were not wanted. So she set her sights of substandard pearls. She bought large quantities of second-rate pearls at the lowest possible price. She then processed them into a variety of household items. This opened up a new area of pearl sales. The second-rate pearls, which had been unavailable, became an instant hit. And so Moza entered the pearl harvesting business. Luck always favors those who work hard. Once she found a natural black pearl, however, her father-in-law Khalifa was a pearl lover. The clever Moza used the pearl to get $1 million from Khalifa. This money became the first bucket of money for her business. She used the money to invest in artificial pearl farming. Her unique business acumen soon led her to make a name for herself in the business world. She also became the most irreplaceable woman in Hamad's heart. In 1985, Khalifa was trying to check Moza's burgeoning power and prestige. He asked his son Hamad to take a third wife. On the pretext of pacifying the tribe, Hamad agreed to marry again in order to preserve the dignity of the royal family. But out of his love for Moza and his desire to take care of her, he made a condition to his father. He wanted Moza to take over the royal family's affairs. She was to be in charge of the royal finances and investment projects. Moza began recruiting people and became president herself. She set up the first private investment group of the royal family and started real capital operations. Her ambition to make money came true, but her husband Hamad's big vision of change was not yet realized. In 1995, the opportunity came for the couple. Hamad, with Moza's support, staged a coup while his father Khalifa was on vacation in Switzerland. Hamad seized the throne. He became the new ruler of Qatar, and Moza became the queen. And when Khalifa arrived in a hurry, he only saw that he had to accept the status quo. Moza, who became queen, immediately got her father out of prison. Since then, Hamad, who had just assumed the throne, began a series of reforms with the help of his wife. In no time, Qatar had free healthcare and free education for all. But such a high welfare policy put a huge strain on the government's finances. However, Moza once again contributed her wisdom. She said to her husband that the oil and gas will run out someday. We should now trade oil for dollars, and then use the dollars to invest and grow in value. When we have investments all over the world, we will not only ensure of the long-term welfare of our people, but also break the shackles of our small size of land. Her unique thinking and strategy was appreciated by her husband Hamad. At Moza's suggestion, Hamad established the National Investment Authority. He entrusted Moza with the important task of heading it. She thus opened up the country's business landscape. Before the real estate industry had even started, Moza sent $58 billion to acquire a large number of properties, including London's tallest building and the largest luxury department store. She bought Valentino for $1 billion, $900 million for the London Olympic Village. She has more properties in London than the British royal family. An astronomical amount of investment projects have made Moza's earnings rise. In addition to property, she also set her sights on art, which has a huge upside. She then spent $400 million on what was then a controversial piece of art. She enlisted the world's top designers. She built 4 world-class art galleries in the Qatari capital and put them all inside. In 2012, she was finally rewarded for all her efforts. The value of the controversial artworks she had bought before had not only increased significantly, her art galleries have also boosted Qatar's tourism industry. Qatar's economy grew by leaps and bounds. The entire country has become rich and powerful. In 2021, Qatar became a country with zero unemployment. Even the lowest income earners in the country still have a car and a house. Citizens will still have free electricity, water, healthcare, and education. Now Hamad is passing the throne to his and Moza's son, who is now the Queen Mother and a high-profile attendee of all important occasions. She has gone from being the daughter of a despised prisoner to one of the 100 most powerful women in the world. According to Forbes, Moza has already proven herself to the world. The people of Qatar have also praised her. And her presence is the best thing that has happened to Qatar. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video and want more like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up below in appreciation. And if you haven't already, you really want to subscribe to my channel and tick the bell icon, so you get notified as I upload a new video every week. See you in the next video.